Hello YouTube, I'm going to talk to you today about The Strange and Beautiful Sorrows of Ava Lavender. Now, I mentioned this book in my May book haul as one of the books I was really looking forward to reading. So I sat down on the train home to see my family, and I actually managed to get through this in just that day. It took me a little bit of time to get into this novel, but I had 4 hours on the train to start it. So I sat there and got into it. It took about, I don't know, 50 or 60 pages to really sort of entice me in, but after that I was turning each page. I couldn't get enough of it. It's a text that is absolutely beautiful to read. The language in it is incredible. Leslye Walton, who writes the novel, she just writes with such lyrical prose, such beautiful, beautiful language. It creates this own world that is magical and beautiful, but at the same time realistic. It's set around the character of Ava Lavender, who is born with a set of wings and a twin brother. So from the outset there's something a bit different about it, and there's something that is a little bit magical. I was almost expecting a bit of an angel story in it, as the prologue sort of suggests that that is part of it, but it was so much more than that. It was more of a history, a mystery, and a story about family and love. You have the whole history of her grandma, her mother, and then her own story, and it really gives you the chance to understand what the family are. Well, I don't know whether you ever understand what the family are, but sort of how they work and how whatever they seem to do always seems a little bit magical, no matter what it is. It's fantastic to be able to get the backstory of it. It's something that I haven't really read before. It was really lovely to be able to have a text that was a bit different to those normal young adult stories. So sort of the magic in the story is almost written as truth, which entices you into this sort of fantasy / reality of a world. The magic was subtle and beautiful and really cleverly done. The mystery side of it really draws you in, and it didn't end the way I expected it to. I was literally in goosebumps from the conclusion of it. It gets your heart pounding throughout. So it's a novel that I was expecting to like from the very front cover, but I wasn't expecting to like it quite as much as I do. It did make me well up on the train on occasions. It's got to be a sign of a good book. As well as that, I love the character build-up, so sort of going through the life history of each character really sort of envelopes, I'm not American, envelopes you in this world in which they inhabit and this life that they belong to. I really enjoyed the fact that they sort of went through telling you a bit about each of the characters' backstory and how they sort of interlink with one another. I also liked the sort of split narration towards the end of the novel. It's split between Ava, who's the main character, and another character that's brought into the novel. The other character's work acts a bit as a diary, so it's nice to have a variation in the narration. Having Ava as a character, she was a really likeable character. She was normal, but at the same time not, because of the oddity, these wings that are on her back. She's sort of mistaken for an angel. It creates a really sort of lasting impression on your mind. It's a book that I would love to read again. I thought that the ending was really great. It did leave a lot of potential for a possible future novel if they wanted to go back to it, and it also gave you a potential of hope after what was quite a tragic ending to the text. I really liked the way that that was finished. It did keep me on edge till the very final pages, and it's sort of, yeah, it's lodged itself in the back of my brain and I can't seem to escape it. It's a fantastic book. I would definitely give this 9 out of 10 pasties on my pasty scale. I do need to think of a new scale though. And I think I gave it, 4.5 stars on Goodreads, because it was just Such a good book. I really enjoyed it and I would highly recommend it. I haven't actually looked at what else Leslye Walton has written, but I will definitely be going to have a look at that from now on. I've given you my thoughts, I'd love to hear yours. If you want to, please like and subscribe and follow me on Twitter with @NotAnotherLaura, and I'll be back with you again soon for a few more reviews and book hauls and all sorts of stuff like that. So yes, thank you!